Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome to my reaction review, whatever you want to call it, of Elimination Chamber 2018 as I try to fix my hair before we start the video. It's not gonna happen, soul. It's not gonna happen. Today, I'm going to cover Elimination Chamber 2018, which happened 2 days ago. I am behind, but like, I'm always behind. A lot of times I don't even end up doing these videos because it's just wrestling and YouTube are like two very timely things, and it's like I can't keep up. I ain't got time for that, but I really have been thinking a lot about Elimination Chamber. I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown yet, by the way, the following episodes. So I obviously don't know what the outcome of this is. I just know the pay-per-view itself. So I'm not going to talk about the recent Raw or SmackDown, but I will be talking about Elimination Chamber in-depthly. Okay, first off, the pre-show match, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Miztorage. I did actually watch the pre-show this time. You know, it's a pre-show match. I kind of can't hate any match because it's a pre-show. Like if there's any gripes I have for a pre-show, it's like when guys I want to do good and be like the star of the show, and whenever they're on the pre-show, I'm just like, God damn it, why can't you just book these guys? But I'm not that big on Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Never have been, even though they get caught up in the New Japan hype and all that. I just can't. I just can't get behind them. And as far as the Miztorage go, they're a comedy angle, if anything. They're henchmen. Both. This is like two groups of henchmen. Like in the eyes of at least like Vince McMahon, this is Finn Balor's friends versus the Miz's friends. So the Finn Balor's friends are better, I guess. And they're kind of going face. Like I thought, if anything, this was gonna rub Finn into being heel, but if anything, it's turned the club face. So that's interesting. Obviously, the club won. Anyone could have told you that. The Miztorage could have told you that. But just to get the show started, not that bad. And then after that, we get the first ever women's elimination chamber. And there's some spots in this I don't care for, but besides that, it is a complete success in my mind. I thought that Alexa Bliss would win, Obviously, sometimes we hope for, different outcomes, but this was a very predictable pay-per-view. So I always want at least, one match to, not be what I predicted, just because I don't want it to ever get that predictable, but this is just one of those nights. But how we get there is always the most important thing. And with this match, we get Alexa Bliss. She comes in last, but we get Absolution, who are actually in matching colors for once, and they actually look like a team for once. They beat up Bayley for a while. Sasha gets in there. Mickie James gets in there. Mickie James finally gets a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? She looks strong because she gets an elimination. Absolution. It's kind of looking like they kind of just were thrown into WWE to be flesh out the women's division, and by flesh out they mean help our bigger stars be bigger stars. And in this case, Mickie James helped her. And Mickie fucking looked great, got a big chant, in this cool Wonder Woman outfit, looking good out there tonight. That being said though, she did get eliminated fairly early on, and then Sonya Deville got eliminated, and the last three were Bayley, Sasha, and Alexa, which we all knew that was going to be the bottom three. And there was Sasha took a lot of big moves. She took the Twisted Bliss off the fucking off the chamber, no-sold it into a bank statement. That was a really cool spot, despite the fact that I don't know how to feel about that no-selling. Then she took the Bayley to belly, which is a stupid fucking move, but it was, it's powerful for whatever reason. But it was off the rope, Which, if you're gonna just do that move, like, why don't always do it off the top rope, just to make it a little bit more menacing. But it was off the rope, but she didn't eat the pinfall. Bayley got rolled up after that, which is probably my least favorite part of the whole match because, um, it just like took the wind out of Bayley, and it was really kind of underwhelming, especially when we thought, because we had that spot where Sasha kicked Bayley off, and we thought that Sasha, turned heel. She's still kind of not fully there, I think. But she's going to be, it's only a matter of time now. I don't like how the light is looking on my face, but whatever. It's webcam wrestling. So Sasha potentially turned heel. And, I didn't even talk about how Alexa was literally just running, like climbing to get away from them. And that almost worked to her benefit because she almost turned the tables on them. But I love, like, my favorite parts about matches are, like, the little bits about, like, character and, like, match psychology. So, like, Alexa Bliss, like, people like Alexa Bliss and The Miz, even Elias in this chamber match and his match, like, they all did exactly what I'm talking about. Match psychology and character stuff. That, like, Alexa Bliss just being like, nope, like, just climbing that fucking cage. That was great match psychology. Or character. It was a wonderful character moment, I should say. But, yeah, Bayley gets eliminated. Sasha and Alexa are the final two. This is really where it was like either one could have won. Either one could have won. I still would have been happy. But, Alexa, she got that fucking, she smashed her Sasha's head into the cage, which at this point Sasha's already taken a bunch of big moves. She doesn't need like to like take another one to lose, but she took that big ass DDT and that was it. And that was a pretty solid finish. And then Alexa, I love Alexa. Like, she's already done that thing where she's like, oh, let me do my face promo, like, because I was like, there's no way she would do like this heel runaway thing and then turn face the same night, especially when she's already like done this fake out face turn multiple times. But she was really milky at this time, and I really fell for it again. Which that just shows you how fucking great she is on the mic. And this was like it wasn't corny. Like, sometimes she's too like Mean Girls and too like a high school bully character-ish for me, and sometimes it just comes across as corny. And I think that's more of a WWE thing than a her thing. I just think WWE, the way like they do backstage promos and the way they do like segments, like the this is your that whole segment, it just really like doesn't help Alexa. But her on her own, like just doing this promo without any interference, killed it. I fucking fell for it. Great way to like to have the first women's elimination chamber. And the match itself, pretty good. I think Alexa being like this only woman in history to have like completed this evil match, like, doesn't really like match like her all that much, but like, unless you want to fit into her like weird kind of like goth cheerleader aesthetic. Not that she's gothic, but she has like, the skull glove and she does shit like that. I feel like I'm not close enough to the microphone, but whatever. Anyway, so the next match following the Elimination Chamber is Cesaro and Sheamus versus Titus Worldwide. Titus Worldwide, they're trying to finally get these guys going, get them some W's against Cesaro and Sheamus. It's just one of those WWE booking decisions where they like, oh, let's just have Titus Worldwide win on Raw every week, and then they'll lose the pay-per-view. Like, fuck. I just, like, at this point, like, Cesaro and Sheamus and Titus Worldwide, nothing wrong with this feud. It's very just down the middle, whatever. Like, when people, like, skim through WWE, like, this is the shit that they, like, aren't gonna watch. Like, when the casuals, like, don't watch WWE and only watch, like, the really cool stuff, they're not watching this. And, like, these are the stuff that, like, as a WWE guy, like, I'll watch these, and, like, they're not bad, but it's like, I hate having to make myself care. Like, I don't Cesaro and Sheamus are great. They like do everything that they should be doing, but the way they're booked is just not interesting. It's like they just come out, do the same, like they mix it up a little bit, but they have like the same, like there's no week to week change, which that's what we need if we're watching 3 hour shows every week. We need actual development here. That turned into a whole different rant. It's not even about this match at this point. It was a fine match. You know, Titus and Apollo finally kind of looking strong. Cesaro and Sheamus actually looked like they were going to, you know, possibly lose for like a little bit. I appreciate that. But at the end, you know, they won. I assumed they were going to win. Like, obviously these guys are like the bar. They set the bar of the Raw Tag Team division. So, like, they will, like, go into WrestleMania, and I think that's when they'll lose. It's just, are we going to give it back to the club? Like, at this point, I feel like the whole Raw Tag division has just been depleted, and, like, there's nothing left. At least with the Usos, I feel like I could watch them be champs for a couple more months before I, like, fully lose steam with them. And I feel like they still got the Bludgeon Brothers. There's actually like a couple more tag teams. Like they hinted at, you know, not hinted, but the New Day supposedly are back in the feud. Like I don't mind that, only because I can watch New Day and Usos all the time. So yeah, the Raw tag team division needs a little bit more. You know, we just had Jason get injured, and he was obviously like let the Ascension or someone go over there. Bring up someone from NXT. We need to shake it up a little bit. Like Titus Worldwide doesn't need the belt. You know, I kind of feel like they're both just singles competitors anyway. So just take the belt off. Like not everyone in the tag division needs a belt. I feel like if you're just a tag team in WWE, there's like a 1 in 3 chance you're just gonna get the belt. Ever since New Day let it go. So, yeah. Anyway, the next match is, after that tag match, is Asuka versus Nia Jax. You know, it's weird, like, I feel like they should be booking Asuka as kind of like this Iron Woman, because she doesn't look strong in any of her matches. Like, even against, like, Alicia Fox, she'll, like, let Alicia get, like, a bunch of offense. And this match, like, I kind of feel like they're not giving Asuka, like, this epic treatment that they should be, only because, like, I don't know, like, she doesn't look that strong in her matches. And this match especially, because Nia got all the offense. Nia just, she got the heat back by beating the fuck out of her. Asuka just kind of looked weak, but, you know, she won, so it's okay, but she won with a roll-up. You know, you could say that, like, Asuka hasn't fought, like, a Nia Jax before. Nia Jax is, like, a completely different style. She, like, is much bigger. She can, like, kind of just catch Asuka and throw her around. You know, different style. I'm okay with that. You know, this was a fine match for what it was. You know, I don't think, like, this rivalry is going anywhere. It was kind of just filler, but, you know, good character stuff. Asuka, I think, could have looked a little bit stronger. But, yeah, that's my grievances. The Woken Matt Hardy match and the Bray Wyatt. Broken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt, the rematch. That's what I think about that match. Okay, the next Elimination Chamber man. The 7-man Elimination Chamber match. By the way, I'm not giving a fuck about Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy until they fucking do something. They are completely wasting what is potentially the best rivalry. They're not doing anything that they should be. They've wasted 2 of the, like, coolest characters that they could. Fuck it, WWE. Yeah. The 7-man Elimination Chamber match, you know, I kind of like the idea of, like, this 3-man starting it. You know, it allowed for so many, like, bigger moments, I felt like. Now that there's, like, 7 dudes in there, and each of these guys got a story. John Cena, he's, like, on this redemption quest. The Miz actually thinks he can beat Brock Lesnar and is, like, the IC, like, Miz has his own thing going on. Seth Rollins just had that gauntlet match. Elias is, like, on top of his career. We all know Roman's gonna win, but Braun is, like, on top of the world. And then Finn, like, you know, doing better than usual, because he's got that club. He's got a little bit more heat than he did like a couple weeks ago when he was losing to Kane and shit. But anyway, so in this match, like we started off with, I think it was Miz, Finn, and Seth, I believe. And, you know, yeah, Miz had this great character moment where he, like, tried to decide with Finn, and he was like, yeah, let's get Seth, and, like, when that didn't work, he was like, Seth, let's take on Finn, like, and then they were just like, fuck this guy, and they double-teamed him. Great, like, and that just kind of shows, like, Miz, he needs to get comeuppance because he's, like, the heel, and that's a great way to get comeuppance. Like, his strategy just kind of fucking backfiring. Like, he's like, oh, like, in my head, like, this is how I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna try to get, like, enough alliances going. Like, he's like, I can win this match. I just, like, and I love when he was taunting everyone on the way. He was like, duh. Then he was like, like, to Roman's cage. And then when he went up to Braun, he was like, yeah. And then Braun was just like, and he was like, oh, shit. Like, great character stuff. I love The Miz. He's the only, like, fully self-aware character in WWE. Like, that's, like, his actor. Like, you know what I mean. He kayfabe, yeah. So, the first person to be eliminated is Miz. No shocker. Braun fed to Braun. After that, I think it was John next, just gets power slammed. Elias gets power slammed, which Elias, the way he came in, like, he just stuck around, he's like, nope, and then they did, like, this really cool, like, quadruple move thing to Braun, where they had, like, a 4-man power slam, kick out, like, and I was just so hyped. Curb stomp, kick out. Spear, kick out. Then just the coup de grace rolls to the outside. You know, I like that they said, like, they kind of, like, implied, like, okay, he wouldn't have kicked out of all of that. Like, he had to roll to the outside. But, yeah, anyway, I can't, I don't even know what's going on with my lighting. So, I thought that was, like, this really cool spot, you know. I kind of hate that Braun is, like, kayfabe, the strongest guy in WWE, but he loses to Brock, and then he can't, like, just win this fucking match. It's kind of, like, ridiculous that we're gonna, like, week in and week out show how amazing Braun is, and then, like, get everyone behind him and get him all this heat just for Roman, who, like, let's be honest, Braun is way more over than Roman is. Roman could only hope to be as over as Braun is right now. But anyway, gets Elias out. I loved when Elias came in and just tried pinning everybody. Which, by the way, I didn't even give props to him on the opening, like, sing-song segment. Killed it again. Love Elias. Love everything they're doing with him. I was really unsure about him, like, during his, like, debut weeks. But that's just one of those things, like, once you learn a character and kind of get in the rhythm of him, and then he kills it every week, then you love him. And I love Elias right now. But, the next match was, or the next segment, I should say, Seth got fed to Braun. John got fed to Braun. John just on the outside of the ring, just looking so sad. And, like, I really thought, like, that Seth might have a chance here. I don't know. So Roman fought Braun. Towards the end, just spammed his fucking that like Superman doesn't like Superman punch people as much as Roman Reigns does. Jesus Christ. Spear, double spear, 1, 2, 3. We all knew it was coming. And then Braun got his heat back, which I didn't even want Braun to get his heat back because, you know, that's what he did that Survivor Series. It's like, oh, Braun, yay! It's like, like, if you want to close out the night with Braun because you know that will make us happy, just have Braun fucking win! I will take Braun, like, defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania clean any day over Roman. Like, and that's, to describe my feelings really watching it, it was kind of just like, well, like, we all knew this was happening. We knew this was happening a year ago. We kind of knew it was happening a year before that. Like, we were all just waiting, like, It's like we had no Universal Champion for a year. Like, the only Universal Champion we really ever had was Kevin Owens, because Goldberg wasn't around, Brock Lesnar isn't around, and Finn had it for a day, so it's like, Kevin Owens was our only real Universal Champion ever. That's kind of ridiculous. Just a little bit. But yeah, so that whole year, there is a fucking bugger. What the fuck? That's a fucking gnat. What the fuck? But yeah, anyway, the match ends, and you know, why does Vince think it's okay to have a year of no Universal title, minus like a couple pay-per-views, Great Balls of Fire, Samoa Joe, like all these matches, and it's just gonna lead up to Roman main eventing another WrestleMania. Like, John Cena's storylines, at least, like, were interesting and he had character. Like, the point is we got burnt out of that character, like, and we had to deal with that character for years after the fact. With Roman, it's like, I never fell in love with this character. He's had a lot of good moments, he's had a lot of good matches, but like, so would anyone else you put in this slot. Like, if you put Braun in this slot, he would have great matches. He would have great moments. So whatever. I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, I didn't even feel like watching the last of the match after Seth Rollins got eliminated. I was kind of just like, yeah, why not? I'll finish it. But yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Elimination Chamber 2018. The show as a whole, not bad. Some people making it out to be worse than it already was. I thought both the chamber matches were a lot of fun. Like, even if, like, the ending of the one and, like, some of the moments in the other one weren't all that great, so many fun spots here and there, and so many good moments within the show. Asuka, that could have been better. Like, the Sheamus versus Titus Worldwide, that could have been better, but, like, it's just WWE's booking. It just needs to be improved in general, and that's the only reason, like, why this show sucked, is the booking. Like, it doesn't make sense that Matt can beat Bray after Bray beat Matt at Raw 25. It doesn't make sense that, you know, Sasha no-sells a move off of a chamber, but, like, it's WWE, and it never makes sense. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Elimination Chamber 2018. Let me know your thoughts down below. And this has been Webcam Wrestling, and thank you for watching. You guys are the best.